Are you in a relationship that's toxic? Do you cry all the time and wish they would just love you and nurture you and treat you nicer? Are they mentally or physically abusive? Do you find yourself making excuses for their behaviour and you just feel that you just can't leave them? Hi, my name's Lisa Warren and I'm the owner of Your Space Counselling. And today I want to talk to you about trauma bonded relationships. A trauma bond is an unhealthy attachment that develops between an abuser and the person being abused. It's most commonly associated with toxic romantic relationships. It's formed through a cycle of abuse where the abuser often offers intermittent rewards and punishments. For example, after exploding at you, calling you names, and you don't even know what it is you have supposedly done wrong, they will continue to the point that you are sobbing and distraught. And then they will come and tell you to sit next to them. They'll offer you a cuddle and they'll say, "Enough crying now, it's okay." Or, for example, they might tell you that you're going out somewhere, but then they'll question what you're wearing. They'll get angry. They'll start an argument and they'll tell you that you're always doing this. You're always causing problems every time I need to go out. They will then punish you by going out without you. And then, on their return, either that night or the next morning, they'll tell you it was a rubbish night anyway, you were better off staying at home, and they'll make it up to you by taking you out for dinner. Or they might even physically abuse you. And then afterwards they'll tell you that it was your fault because you stressed them out, you pushed their buttons, they're overworked and tired, and you're not supporting them enough. Usually followed by an apology and telling you how much you mean to them. This creates a psychological conditioning that makes the victim feel hopeful for change, for a breakthrough, or for the next reward. The victim will also make up excuses for the abuser's behaviour and actions and may even feel sorry for them. For example, "He didn't mean to lose his temper and hit me. He was just feeling really tired from work. And I shouldn't have told him about my bad day. It was inconsiderate of me to put more stress on him." Or, "She's a really lovely person most of the time. She doesn't usually get violent. It was my fault. I shouldn't have stayed at work late and finished that job, especially when I know she's had a bad day with the kids and they've been stressing her out all day. It's okay, I'm a man. I can take it. She cooked me a lovely meal after and ironed my shirts." Some of the signs of trauma bond include feeling a sense of loyalty to the abuser, isolating yourself from others, living in hope that the abuser will change or stop, settling for anything to avoid fights, apologising for everything, even if you know you've done nothing wrong, feeling like you've lost all of your confidence, that you depend on them, and that you don't even know who you are anymore. If any of this you are finding that you're relating to, you're probably desperate to know what you can do about it, how you can get stronger, or even how you can leave the relationship. Well, in order to start this process, you first need to educate yourself. So let's look at some of the differences between a trauma bonded relationship and a healthy relationship. I will say trauma or healthy in my examples. Trauma. The relationship has some highs but a lot of lows. Healthy. The relationship has many highs, feels steady and secure, with a few dips or lows. Trauma. You don't think that you can survive without each other. Healthy. You recognise you are your own person in the relationship and the different qualities that you each bring. Trauma. You hate them and love them at the same time. Healthy. You love them even when you're angry with them. Trauma. Their needs are more important than yours. Healthy. Both of your needs are as important as each other's and respected. Trauma. You ignore red flags and unacceptable behaviour and make excuses. Healthy. There are boundaries in place, trust and respect, and honest communication. Trauma. You think if they change, everything will be perfect and fine. Healthy. You focus on growing, both separately and together. Trauma. You are convinced that no one else will love you and you have a fear of being alone. Healthy. You know love is something you deserve. You love yourself and therefore you can love your partner. You know that you can be fine alone. Trauma. You deny your needs and who you really want to be out of fear. Healthy. You know love is something you deserve. You love yourself and therefore you can love your partner. You know that you can be fine alone. You feel safe and accepted for who you are. So now for the tough part. What can you do? Breaking a trauma bond and recovering can take a long time. It can take hard work, but it starts with exposure. You can't do this alone. Tell trusted friends and family members and tell them what support that you need from them. Sometimes hearing what you've been through can be tough for your friends and your family members. But setting out a plan and putting support in place makes you feel safer and it makes your friends and family worry less about you. So think about somewhere to stay if you needed to get out quick. Your plan for ending the relationship, what does that look like? What would you need? Who would you need around you? Maybe even coded emergency messages for if you are in danger. Or daily check-up phone calls. Or even an agreement to go to coffee once a week to get out of the house and assess your progress. Another really important thing that you can do is go and see a counsellor. You can access private counselling immediately by typing into your internet search, counsellors near me. You can also find local counsellors on the counsellingdirectory.org.uk if you're in the UK. If you cannot afford private counselling, you can go and speak to your doctor. There are low-cost counselling centres and there's also free NHS counselling services. And don't forget, at any time of the day or night, you can call the Samaritans on 116 123. Counselling is confidential and it's free of judgment. It's a place where you can talk honestly about what's happening to you. You can explore your emotions, you can explore the trauma in a safe place, and you can explore the changes that you need to make and your hopes and your dreams for the future. If you live outside the UK, I'm sure you can find the equivalent to these services by going through your doctor or whatever search engine you're using. I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Please feel free to contact me for any more information. You are strong, you are beautiful, and you deserve peace and happiness.